So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Happy Monday. Awesome to have you here today, because we're going to talk about who's getting inside your head. Who's influencing you? Are you influencing others as well? What's most important is who's influencing you, and that will be the conversation today, because, man, I learned this lesson a long time ago. It's affecting you more than you think, and it's purposeful, and sometimes it just happens, but that's the conversation. It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day, because life begins when you move, and then challenges happen. Maybe you're in a bad mood, maybe it rains, maybe you have an accident, something happens, and like, how do I get what I want? And plus, just learning, when you really think about it. Life is about learning. Life is about experiencing every single day, going through those life lessons and deciding what to do with them. If you're smart, over time, you pick up the clues and things get easier. If it hasn't gotten easier, you probably haven't learned the lessons you need to learn. So we do this every single day to remind you, come on, we can do this. Because you can. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Happy to have you here today. I just got back from the Pacific Northwest. I have never visited the Pacific Northwest before. Was in Seattle, down at Mount Rainier, and then on over to Portland. Gotta say, I really like the Pacific Northwest. And Portland, you guys are weird, but it's in a very cool way. I love Portland. I was very surprised. You know, I love to travel, and I love to go places that are completely different. Obviously, I live in Florida, and the Pacific Northwest, completely different in every possible way. It looks different, they think different, the whole thing. And I just kind of fell into the vibe. I had a great time, so I will be back. My son lives in Portland, so I'll be going back there very soon. Didn't catch COVID, got a bad cold. It's gone now, thank goodness. But you know, on Mondays, when I get back in the studio, and I have a chance to communicate with you a little bit, I'm always wondering, have you done your homework? I'm always wondering, have you sat and taken just a few minutes to say, how's my life going? I know I say it all the time. In fact, I say it every single Monday for the last 16 years. And I say it because I cannot tell you how many times, it's several times a week, I get on the phone with somebody and they're not doing the work. And what is the work? Listen, either you're happy with how things are going or you're not. That's it. And if you don't take the time to acknowledge that, how can you fix it? A lot of folks are running around with this old set of keys to their life, trying to open new doors. And yet you haven't even considered the doors or the keys that you're working with. So when you ask that question, how's my life going? What's good? What do I want to keep? What's bad? What do I want to change? Everything changes. Is it instant and overnight? In some cases it is. So do me a favor. When us get done with this program today, can you take about 2 minutes and just ask that question to yourself? How's my life going? And listen to the answers that come your way. It'll change your life. That's a promise. So let's talk about influence today. I'm big time into influence. I'm an influencer. I guess I am. It's a big old podcast, top 1% in the world. I guess in some cases I influence. You're listening today, I will likely influence you, right? Now, I take it really seriously when I do that and do the best I can to influence you in a good way. But influence is all around us. It's everywhere. If you listen to me for any length of time, if you work with me as a coach, the very first thing I'm going to do is essentially say, put some earplugs in. Because influence comes in TV, it comes in books, it comes in conversations, it comes in the look that guy gave you when you walked down the street or that lady gave you. Influence is everywhere. It's massive. It just happens, and you are being inundated by influence, and you're putting it out there yourself as well. But I've always believed that it's so easy to be indoctrinated with influence that you got to pay attention so you can control it. Let me tell you a story about when I first learned this. I'm a fan of radio. I was in radio for years. That was my first career that I got into as a AM guy, then a top 40 big-time radio DJ. Did that for a lot of years. But I love listening to radio, and I love the fact that I'd be cruising down the road, listening to AM or FM radio. You know the way it used to be before you streamed Spotify and all that stuff. I'd be cruising down the road, and suddenly the big-time radio DJ would say, hey, have you seen this movie? It's fantastic. I'm going to go this weekend. You should too. Pow. And suddenly I had been influenced. Honey, we need to see a movie this weekend. Let's get a date. He said it's awesome. Let's go see it. Boom, it happened. That's good influence. But I'll tell you what, in less than 5 or 10 seconds, this is what I really recognized. In just a couple of seconds, my whole world shifted. And you know it to be true with you too. How often? Think about it. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, what would happen tomorrow? What is influencing your direction? So the power of influence is very powerful. Opinions inform there. The subconscious mind is listening. Actions happen, the whole thing. The dictionary definition of influence is this: the capacity or power of a person's or things to be a compelling force on or produce effects on actions, behaviors, opinions, all that kind of stuff. In other words, the capacity for somebody else to move you in a different direction. So what do we do about this? What do we do? Well, I have really very two simple words, probably 3 things. Okay, I'll probably go with that. First off, put those earplugs in. Don't let anything in without really thinking it through. Now, when it gets down to how you're being influenced, you've got to tap into yourself. It's like asking the question at the beginning of the show, have you done your homework, or how's my life going? It's the same thing. If you were to take a moment and say, well, I'm acting in a certain way, my life is going in a certain way, what's influencing that? The way you grew up, the books you're reading, the TV you're watching, the friends you have? What has influenced your trajectory? And is it taking you where you want it to go? That's the first step. You've got to stop and just pay attention to what is getting inside your head. So what's the next step? This is something I have given for the longest time. If I were to ask you who you are and what you love to do, you might be lost. You might not have an answer. You might have to think about it, which is kind of odd to me, but I think we all do that unless you've worked at it. But if I were to ask you that, you might be confused and might not want to give me the answer. And I will say to you, what do you do when you're doing you? When nobody's telling you, when you're self-guided, when nobody's inside your head, what do you do when you're doing you? My guess is at your happiest time. So when it comes to influence and you're looking about what's going on around you and what's bombarding me, and we have a political season coming up, the elections are coming, it's going to be stupid crazy trying to get inside your head. So what do? Well, you block it a little bit and then you stop it and you say, all right, well, how's this really impacting me? What's the message I'm really getting? And how do I think about this? What do I do when I'm doing me? Do I do what they're telling me to do or not? It's okay if you do, if it's okay with you, but it's also okay if you don't, if it's not okay with you. I have something else I do as well. And this is where influence comes in your head. Remember, I want you to stop the influence. I want you to at least pay attention to what's happening, where you are being influenced from. Make sure you're getting the good stuff, people that really have your best in mind. And a question I'm often coaching people to ask, and in fact, I do it myself all the time. If I get influence that comes in the door, and people can be salesmen, they can be very persuasive, they can push you, they can lie to you, they can do. Listen, I'm not trying to be ugly here. It's just the human thing, right? It's a human condition. So a lot of times, if I get confused, and I do regularly, not only do I look at what do I do when I'm doing me, but I usually say something like, what would Scott do? The bracelets years ago, what would Jesus do? So what would Scott do? What would you do? What would Sam do? What would Barbara do? To use old-fashioned names. What would you do? In any case, when influence comes into my world, I want to be aware it's coming in. I want it voluntarily coming in. I want to have the filters up, and I want to judge it through what would I do inside my heart and soul. Is it good for me or not good for me? Man, tell you what, it's a powerful tool when you can control your influence, and do not underestimate the fact that it comes in milliseconds when you least expect it, and sometimes you're not even paying attention. It just happens. So dial into that as you move forward. So if you want to change your life, set goals, things like that, you got to make sure you're getting the right influence and using your own brain. All right, I beat this up enough. I could do hours and hours and hours on this. It's a condition we have to change. So do me a favor. Go to my Facebook page, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Go on over there and get in there and come on in. We have a great group of people. It's growing every single day, and I show up. I have been a little absent lately because I've been vacationing. Is that okay? I talk a lot. I had to take some time off. But I feel good now, and I want to see you over there. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. I will be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. How do I know that? Because that's what I've done 16 years. I got more time. Let's keep going. See you tomorrow.